Okay, this is the condensing unit video, where we see that there's no rain diverter here to divert the water around the condensing unit. So the water just comes down and crashes down on your condensing unit. Now, this condensing unit is original to the house, about 17 years old. It's still working. Alright, so, but I don't make the rules up. You're supposed to have a rain diverter up there so that it would continue to work. Our electric service disconnect should not be located behind it. This is the dead front cover for it. I'll put it back. See that it's laced up. It's kind of hard to read our data plate, but if we try real hard, you can see that it's a 5-ton system that was manufactured in 2007. Alright, and we're coming on down here. We see that it is requires a 45 amp fuse. We're going to figure that out here in a minute. And we also come down here, we find out that we have R22 refrigerant. R22 refrigerant. Alright, no longer manufactured in the United States, no longer imported in the United States. Do they have stockpiles of it? Yes, they do. You can still get it. It's expensive. The drop-ins, I do not recommend the drop-ins for a variety of reasons. One being you're not going to save any money. Two, they're not as efficient. Okay, three, if another HVAC tech comes in here and sees that somebody's been here before him with alternative refrigerants, they're really not going to want to mess with it. They're not going to mess with it because of the age. They will. They'll charge you for it. Don't get me wrong. Alright. R22. Just about every tech that comes here to service this is going to, rightfully so, encourage you to replace and update this entire system. Once this gets replaced, the evaporator coils need to be replaced. Once the evaporator coils are replaced, then the furnace needs to be replaced. The whole system. It's time. It's time. It's original to the structure. This equipment is engineered on paper the last 20 years. And so far it has. But Las Vegas is going to give you 14 after 14 years in North Texas. That's about all we have. That's about all we have. So what do we learn? We learn that we got an old, sick system. I don't know how sick it is. I got to do some measurements. We learned that we got an old system with an obsolete refrigerant. So the system is actually, we have an obsolete system. Okay, the disconnect is improperly located behind the unit, and the disconnect should have been sealed on 3 sides. Our refrigerant piping should have had a different insulation on this. I can tell by the condition of this insulation that it's been recently replaced. And I say recent, it's in relative terms, because you can see how the tape is still kind of drying up around it. But it should have been replaced with a more robust insulation, and we should have anti-theft Schrader valve cap covers. Look that up in the dictionary. Refrigerant, piping, service, valve, access, port, caps. Schrader valve caps. And we had the wrong types of Schrader valve caps. That insulation was fine 17 years ago. These caps were fine 17 years ago. The refrigerant that's in this system was fine 17 years ago. But this is 2024.